Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to brothers pushing his truth and sincerity, and Abad Babul. All right, it's the brother Napash Kodash, coming to do another lesson. This one talking about fearing the Lord. All right, because before you want to start learning, before you want to keep going where you at, you got to learn to fear the Lord. Right? And it's a growing process. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. You ain't just gonna wake up and be like, well, it's possible, but 9 times out of 10, you ain't just gonna wake up and be like, you know what? I fear the Lord. Everything give me laws. Something gotta happen to you, or you know what I mean. You gotta read about it, grow your faith, like, and then that's when you'll see your foundation is. That's the foundation of faith is fear, right? Because if you fear the Lord, you ain't gonna break His rules. Just like a kid to their parent. If you fear your parent, you know He'll whoop you, chastise you, take your game away, all that stuff. You know, you ain't gonna break the rules if you know it's gonna be some consequences behind it, right? So same thing with the Lord. This is Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The fools despise wisdom and instruction. So yeah, the beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord, right? Because like I said, that's the foundation. You know, once you fear the Lord, you really start to learn then, because it's like, damn, he might mess me up here, he might mess me up there. You know what I mean? And when you fear the Lord, you like, whatever the Lord with, I'm with. You know what I mean? So when you read it, they know that don't sound right. You be like, shit, the Lord said it, we own that. Because you fear him. And that's really why we don't fear nothing else. It's 2/3 they fear Esau because he got his carnal weapons, he got his jail systems, you know, all that stuff, right? But then you got the 1/3 who fear the Lord, because we know that the Lord controlled Esau, his jail systems, his weapons, all that. The Lord controlled him. So if it ain't meant for you, it ain't gonna happen. And if it is, it's inevitable, right? This Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy. And the evil way, the froward mouth do I hate. All right, it said the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy. When you fear the Lord, you on his side. And the Lord is against evil, he against iniquity. So you'll learn to hate those things. The same way a nigga see Jake in the world, the spirit still deals with them to a certain extent, because they'll see a more and be like, hell no. You know what I mean? Or somebody that commit adultery against them and they'll want to, execute the law. See, what they go off at is they ain't keeping the law to the best of their ability. But they still Israelites, so, it's kind of in them. Like, it's certain things they know just off. Like, certain Jakes won't eat seafood and pork, but certain ones will. Certain Jakes won't commit adultery, but certain ones will. You feel me? It's a, you know what I mean? Because if you ask a heathen, they just all the way off. They don't know nothing. They just going with the flow, whatever somebody tell them, really. Jake, to a certain extent, they don't know they Israel, but the laws, because you got to think the law. When you read the first 5 books, which is the books of law, when you read Genesis to talk about Moses, Moses is telling those stories. Well, he's seeing them, you know what I mean? He sees the past and the future too. And when you look at the stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's before Moses' time. Moses wrote the first 10, the 10 Commandments. So it's always been in us because it was just our custom, right? Because Isaac wasn't out here committing adultery, but the law wasn't written yet. But he knew that ain't right. Abraham put his idols away because he knew that wasn't right. But the law wasn't written. It wasn't a law that said you can't have no God before me yet. But he knew it's always been in us, right? This is Matthew 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather for him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right. That's the Lord that's talking about. You fear the Lord. Don't fear. Like I was saying earlier, we don't fear these Edomites. We don't fear the next man. You know what I mean? Because what can they do to you other than kill the body? You kill the body, I'm back with the Most High. But you fear the Most High will wipe you out of existence. The Lord can make it so that you never even existed. Wipe out the timeline. Like you was never there. That's some scary shit. Pull your ass out the loop. That shit should put some fear in your heart. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. You feel we're supposed to keep the Lord's commandments. This is the purpose. People ask, what's the meaning of life? What is the meaning? That's a big question in this world. What's the meaning of life? It just told you. Keep the commandments. Fear the Lord. If you're doing them two things, you'll understand what the meaning of life is, and everything else will come into play. You'll understand as a man what your job is, what's your meaning of life. You'll understand as a woman, oh, this is how I should act as a woman. This is my meaning of life. And then you got certain, sub-genres to sub-genres and keep going. You feel me? Like, oh, I'm a man that's a prophet, or I'm a man that's a multitude. You feel me? I'm here to help, or I'm here to push. You know what I mean? This Job 28:28. And unto the man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. All right, so if you want to take that step away from living evilly, niggas always talking about they demons, they got demons on them. You do. Little do they know, you really do have demons on you. But if you want to take a step away from that, you got to come into understanding. And when you come into understanding, you got to fear the Lord. I used to know this one nigga. I try to tell him about the fear of the Lord. He used to be like, "Can I just say I respect him?" Like, why I gotta use the word fear? Because he deserves to be feared. You can read about, like I said, Moses' time, flame of fire, delivered us from Egypt, delivered us from. He got us out of the Assyrians, the Babylonians. We was there amongst the Romans. Like, we done been through hella shit as a nation, and we still here. He about to deliver us out of Babylon the Great. Can't beat that, honestly. All right, well, I gotta get back in this job. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Give the devil unto the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to both pushing this truth and sincerity and a Bible.